Hello students, welcome to SS classes. Today we are going to study the second chapter of the chemistry, that is matter around us pure? So the lesson starts with the question itself, that is matter around us pure or not? So children, before learning this chapter in detail, actually before start of this topic, you should know about what are pure substances and what are not. तो बच्चों एक्चुअली में प्योर सब्सटेंसेस क्या होते हैं? प्योर सब्सटेंसेस ये वो सब्सटेंसेस होते हैं जो सिर्फ एक ही मैटर से बने हुए हैं, एक ही चीज से बने हुए हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एल्यूमिनियम फॉइल और प्योर एल्यूमिनियम शीट. दिस एल्यूमिनियम शीट इज मेड अप ऑफ ओनली एन एटम्स ऑफ एल्यूमिनियम. None of the thing is there apart from the aluminium. So that aluminium sheet is called pure substance. Another example of pure substance is distilled water. Distilled water contain only the molecules of H2O. None of the thing apart from the water molecule there. So for example, a beaker containing distilled water is there, and in that if you add common salt, then that will form a mixture. Because now that particular beaker contain water and common salt. So two things are mixed there. So that is called a mixture. But if only distilled water is there, only molecules of H2O are there, then we can say that is the pure substance. Another example, that is 24 karat gold. 24 karat gold is a pure substance because 24 karat gold contain only the particles, only the atoms of gold. But if we talk about 22 karat gold, 22 karat, so that contain 22 part of gold and other part of, that is the two parts of copper or silver we can say. So children, pure substance is a substance which is made up of only one type of particle, while the mixture is made up of the many substances. Many pure substances when mixed together, it form the mixture. So what is written here? Pure. So is matter around us pure? What are the things present around us? Are these things pure? So answer for this question is not all. Not all things present around us is a pure. Most of the things present around us are mixture. For example, soil. Soil is a mixture of many substances. Tap water. Tap water contain molecules of H2O, and apart from that it contain the ions. Air. Air is again a mixture. Air is not a pure substance because it contain oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and any other gases in that. So air is a mixture. So most of the things present around us are not a pure substance, rather they are the mixtures. Now children, sometimes you may get confused with the term pure. जैसे कि मार्केट से हम कोई चीज लाते हैं, मिल्क है या अदर कोई फूड पैकेट्स है, सो जहाँ पे लिखा रहता है, जहाँ पे साइन रहता है प्योर, वहाँ पे लिखा रहता है प्योर. सो वो प्योर मतलब अलग बात है. वो प्योर हो सकता है प्योर वेजिटेरियन फूड करके, या फिर वो प्योर हो सकता है कि दिस फूड डज नॉट कंटेन एनी अडल्ट्रेंट्स, मीन्स दैट दैट पर्टिकुलर फूड इज फ्री फ्रॉम अडल्ट्रेंट्स. ऐसे भी उसका मीनिंग हो सकता है. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर द मिल्क पैकेट. So whatever the milk packet you purchase from the market, does it contain pure milk? No, actually the milk is itself a kind of a mixture. It's not a pure substance because the milk contain water, milk contain sugar, milk contain proteins, milk contain vitamins, carotenoids, fat soluble vitamins, fats are there. So many substances are there in the milk. So according to chemistry, milk is not a pure substance. But then too, it is written on the packet of milk that it is a pure. So what does it mean? That what that sign indicates pure? Pure means it is a pure milk which is free from adulterants. And pure in case of chemistry is the substance which is made up of only one type of particle. Is this clear children? कोई भी चीज अगर वो सिर्फ एक ही टाइप के पार्टिकल से बनी है तो उसको हम बोल देंगे कि वो प्योर सब्सटेंस है अकॉर्डिंग टू केमिस्ट्री। और अगर बहुत सारी प्योर चीजें मिल गई है, मिक्स्ड हो गई है, तो उसको हम बोलेंगे कि वो मिक्सचर है। बट अगर कोई फूड पैकेज पे जैसे कि मिल्क पैकेज है, फाइन, या तो फिर प्योर घी भी लिखा रहता है, सॉल्ट लिखा रहता है, ये जो पैकेज हम जो बाहर से लाते हैं यहाँ पे लिखा रहता है प्योर। ये प्योर का मतलब ये नहीं है कि that thing is made up of only one type particle. That pure indicate the food is free from adulterants. अब बच्चों ये adulterants क्या होते हैं? Adulterants ये ऐसे substances है जो फूड सैंपल में ऐड किए जाते हैं फूड की क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज करने के लिए, ना कि उनकी क्वांटिटी। जैसे कि हम एग्जांपल लेते हैं, जैसे कि मिल्क है, सो मिल्क में मिल्कमैन क्या करते हैं, उसमें वो स्टार्च ऐड करते हैं। स्टार्च ऐड करने की वजह से क्या हो जाता है, मिल्क का जो डेंसिटी है वो बढ़ जाता है, मिल्क और ज्यादा घना हो जाता है, और इसमें वो वापस वाटर ऐड करके उसके नॉर्मल डेंसिटी तक उसको लाते हैं। जिससे होता क्या है, अगर उनके पास 5 लीटर्स ऑफ मिल्क है तो उससे वो 7 लीटर या 8 लीटर्स ऑफ मिल्क बना सकते हैं बाय एडिंग स्टार्च इन इट। तो स्टार्च मिल्क के केस में क्या हो गया, adulterants. Adulterants means the unwanted substance present in the food sample is called adulterants. So if the milk contains the starch, it means that milk is not a pure because the adulterants are added in that. And what is adulterant in case of milk? So that is the starch. And presence of the starch in the milk sample we can check by using the iodine solution. If we add few drop of iodine in a milk sample, and if the milk sample turns bluish blackish, it indicates the presence of starch, because on adding iodine solution over the starch, color of iodine changes from brownish to bluish blackish. And if the milk color remains as it is after iodine test, then it indicates that the milk is free from the starch. So many food samples contain the different adulterants in order to increase the quantity of the food, which is actually not good for our health. So whenever we purchase anything, make sure that that thing is pure. Fine. So this is about the food sample, children. But in case of according to chemistry, what is a pure substance? A pure substance is anything which is made up of only one type of particle. So what are mixture, children? Here you can see what are mixture. Here you can see the definition of pure substance in the first page of NCERT. A pure substance consists of a single type of particle. So you can underline in sentences where the definition of pure substance is given. Here is the mixture, children. So according to chemistry, what is mixture? Mixtures are the constituted by more than one pure form of the matter. When two or more than two pure form of the matters mix together, it form a mixture. For example, a beaker containing distilled water, in that we have added common salt. ठीक है, beaker आपको लेना है जिसमें आपने distilled water as a pure substance लिया है, और इसमें आप 1 to 2 spatula sugar या फिर salt या फिर कोई भी salt हम इसमें ऐड कर देंगे, और जब इसको मिक्स करेंगे तो वो क्या बन जाएगा, वो बन जाएगा मिक्सचर। क्योंकि अभी वो प्योर सब्सटेंस है ही नहीं, उसमें दो अलग अलग प्योर सब्सटेंसेस मिक्स हो गए हैं, जैसे कि कॉमन सॉल्ट या फिर शुगर जो भी आपने यूज किया है, एंड वाटर। ये दो प्योर सब्सटेंसेस जब मिक्स हो जाएंगे तो वो बन जाएगा आपका मिक्सचर। So soil is a mixture because it contains many minerals and many fine particles. Apart from that, it contains organic acids. So a lot of things are there. So soil is the mixture. Okay, fine, children. For example, you are provided with a bowl containing common salt. You are provided with a bowl containing common salt. What do you think? Is that a pure substance or a mixture? It is a pure substance because that bowl contains only particles of common salt. But if we add a pinch of sugar in that or a spatula of sugar in that, then it will form a mixture, because now the bowl contains two substances, salt as well as sugar. So this is the difference between pure substance and the mixture, children. So here you can see the definition of a mixture. So many times the question will ask in your examination, that is to compare pure substance with a mixture. So what you will write? Pure substance contain only one type of particle, while mixture is made up of two or more than two pure form of matter. In pure substance you can write example of that is a 24 karat gold, or then you can write pure common salt, then you can write a bowl containing crystals of the sugar, or you can write a 24 karat gold as I told you, or distilled water. In mixture what you will write? 22 karat gold. Here 24 karat gold in pure substance, in mixture 22 karat gold, where 22 part of gold is there and 2 part of copper or silver is there. Or you can write there sugar solution, salt solution, copper sulfate solution, air you can write, soil you can write. Lot of examples are there of mixture. Now children, come to the second point, that is type of mixture. What a type of mixture? So if you try to observe the mixtures, you will come to know that there are two types of mixture, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Now this word indicates homo. Homo means same, and hetero means different. So homo means what? If we look at the appearance of homogeneous type of mixture, it will appear same throughout. For example, distilled water in which common salt is added and which is completely dissolved in that. If you look at the beaker containing common salt solution, it will appear same throughout. From top to the bottom, it appears same throughout. If you try to taste it, then from top also, if you taste one drop of it, it will taste salty. If you take from the bottom, it will again the salty. It will again use the salty taste. So it appears same. No distinct boundaries are formed in that. From top to bottom, homogeneous mixture appear same throughout. But if you add sand in a water or soil in a water, then you will observe that the different layers are formed in that. The upper layer contain dissolved particles from the soil, and the heavier particles from the soil settle at the bottom of the beaker. So at the beaker you will find bigger particles of the soil, and fine particle you will observe suspended in the water. Fine. तो बच्चों इस बीकर में आप क्या देखोगे, जिसमें आपने सॉइल ऐड किया है, अलग अलग बाउंड्रीज आपको दिखेंगे. ऊपर एक बाउंड्री दिखेगी जहाँ पे थोड़ा ट्रांसल्यूसेंट है, बीच में आपको थोड़ा और थिक दिखेगा, और बॉटम में जब आप देखोगे तो आपको मिलेगा कि वहाँ पे सैंड के पार्टिकल्स या फिर सॉइल के बिगर पार्टिकल वहाँ पे सेटल हो चुके हैं. So that mixture is not same throughout. It have distinct boundaries. So that mixture is called heterogeneous type of the mixture. If you add oil in a water, so oil will float on water and water will remain at the base. So in that mixture there are two distinct boundaries. Upper boundary is of the oil and lower boundary is of the water. Such mixtures are called as heterogeneous type of the mixture. So children, here are two type of mixture, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So children, here you can see pure substance. Pure substance is further classified into elements and compound. Now elements means what? Element contain only one type of atom or only one single type of atom we can say. जैसे कि समझो कि गोल्ड का, प्योर गोल्ड का एक शीट है, 24 कैरेट गोल्ड का एक शीट है. अभी 24 कैरेट गोल्ड की शीट में होगा क्या? इसमें होंगे only the particles of gold, only the atoms of gold. It means it contain only the same type of elements. Now compound. How compounds are formed? When two different elements join together, joined by chemical bond, it forms the compound. When two different elements combine chemically, it forms the compound. For example, hydrogen reacts with oxygen, so that will form water. So water is a compound. And if we talk about a beaker containing pure water, Now you will say that the beaker containing pure water, it means it have hydrogen as well as oxygen. So it is a mixture. No. Why? Because in that hydrogen and oxygen are chemically bounded to form molecules of water, and that beaker contain only molecules of pure water. It means the pure water, that distilled water is nothing but the pure substance. So compound is itself a pure substance. Here the cubes of sugar are shown. Now this cube of sugar contain only particles of sugar, nothing other than that. It means the compound is a pure substance. Here the copper tubes are shown, or copper plates. We take an example. So in the copper plate only particles of copper are there. It means again that is a pure substance. Now here children, in a mixture, mixtures are of two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures, as I have told you. Now this is a filter tea. Why filter tea is a homogeneous mixture? Because it appears same throughout. No distinct boundaries are formed in that. If we take an example of unfiltered tea, which is not filtered, so that is an example of heterogeneous mixture, because the tea leaves remains at the bottom and supernatant tea will form the layer at the top. So unfiltered tea is the heterogeneous mixture and the filtered tea is the homogeneous mixture. Now here is another example where, now here children, when the oil is added into the water, so oil will remain at the top of the water. It floats on the water as its density is low, while water remains at the bottom. So two different boundaries are formed. So this is again one of the example of heterogeneous type of the mixture. So this is about the classification of the matter into pure substance and into the mixture. Now children, here we learn about the difference between the type of solution, that is a true solution, colloidal solution and suspension. Before that children, you should know about what are solutions. So solutions are the type of mixture containing solute and the solvent. So what are solutes, students? Solute is the thing of solution which is present in the small quantity, and solvent is the component of a solution which is present in the large amount. For example, sugar solution. So this is sugar solution contain sugar in a small amount and water in a bulk amount, in a large amount. So in this case children, sugar or salt, that is a solute of the solution, and water is the solvent. In other words, we can say solute is a component of solution which get dissolved in a solvent. सोल्यूट ये सॉल्यूशन की ऐसी चीज है स्टूडेंट जो सोल्यूबल होने वाली है सॉल्वेंट में, और सॉल्वेंट ये ऐसा कंपोनेंट है सॉल्यूशन का जो सोल्यूट को खुद में डिसॉल्व कर लेगा. Solvent is a component of solution which dissolve solute in it. So these are the three definitions: solution, solute and solvent. So what is solute? A component of solution which get dissolved in solvent. What is solvent? A component of solution which dissolve solute in it. And what is solution? A mixture of solute and solvent to form a solution. So there are three types of solution: true solution, colloidal solution and suspension. Now what is difference in that? See, true solution. True solution appear transparent. Means we can see whatever the things are present beside this true solution. For example, in a clean glass beaker, we have taken salt solution. So salt solution appear transparent. If you are provided with a two beaker, one containing salt solution and another containing distilled water, you cannot identify which sample is of common salt solution, because the common salt solution appear transparent as like a pure water. Fine. So true solutions are the solution who appear transparent, while colloidal solutions are the solutions who appear translucent, or we can say they appears opaque. For example, a clean beaker containing water, in that we have added few drops of milk. When we add few drop of milk and when we stir it, then it will become opaque. So milk is itself an example of colloid. When we add few drop of milk into water, it will again form a colloidal type of the mixture. Now what is suspension? The suspension is a kind of solution which is non-transparent. It is a completely opaque, we can say. We cannot see whatever the things present. Apart from that, it is the particles of the suspension are too bigger. So it will form a non-transparent type of the mixture. So children, let us look at the particle size of these three. The particle size is less than 10 raised to minus 7 centimeter, or we can say in other word, the particles are up to the 1 nanometer in a size. They are up to the 1 nanometer in a size. Here we can see the particle size of the colloids. Here is a colloidal solution. The particle size of colloid is in between 10 raised to minus 7 centimeter to 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter. So of course, the particles of colloids are the bigger than the particles of true solution. And here the particle size is greater than 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter. For example, we can take addition of soil into the water. So that will form suspension. So this particle we can see with our naked eyes. For example, a wheat flour. Wheat flour is added into the water. That will again form suspension. This particle also we can see. Another example is if we add a chalk powder into water. That will again form the suspension type of the solution. Chalk particle also we can see with our naked eyes. So basically children, the particles of true solution are too fine. So we cannot see this particle with our naked eyes. This particle of colloids are bigger than the particles of true solution. But then too, they are small enough so we cannot see them with our naked eyes. While particles of suspension are bigger enough so we can see this particle with our naked eyes. So we can see only the particles of suspension. So they are that much bigger. Second difference, as I told you, that the true solution appear transparent, it is opaque, while it is a non-transparent. Next difference, the true solution, this true solution can pass through filter paper. If we take a common salt solution and if we try to pass this solution, so it will completely pass through the filter paper. So filtration, separation method we cannot use in order to separate the components of true solution. So for example, we have the common salt solution, and if you want to separate common salt from water, so by filtration we cannot separate it because true solution can completely pass through the filter paper. Now if we have the colloidal solution, for example if we have milk, so milk components also we cannot separate by using filter paper because colloids can also pass through filter paper completely. But components of suspension we can separate out by using filtration because these particles are bigger than the pore size of filter paper. So this particle remains on the filter paper and we can separate components of suspension by filter paper because suspension particles are bigger enough to retain on the filter paper because their size is bigger than the pore size of filter paper. So they remains on the filter paper and only liquid can pass out from the filter paper. So we can separate components of suspension by using filtration. Next difference, these particles of true solution are stable. These particles are stable. How one can show that? For example, if we have common salt solution in a beaker and if we keep that beaker undisturbed for few hours, after few hours you will not observe that the common salt will settle at the bottom. No, it will remain dissolved in a water. That is called stability of a solution. Now here, in a colloids, colloidal particles are quite stable. Means they are not completely dissolved, but they remain dispersed in the bulk of medium. They remain dispersed. They will not settle at the bottom when they are kept undisturbed. Even they are not completely dissolved. They remain dispersed in the bulk of medium. Okay, so they are quite stable. And third is suspension. Suspension particles are completely unstable. If we keep suspension undisturbed for few hours, then you will observe that the suspension particles will settle at the bottom of the beaker. For example, soil is added in a water containing beaker, and if you keep that beaker undisturbed on the table for a few hours, after few hours you will observe that the soil particles will settle out at the bottom. Means they are not stable in a water. They are unstable, and that's why they settle at the bottom of the beaker. So that is called the unstable particles of the suspension. Next difference regarding the Tyndall effect. Now children, what is Tyndall effect? Tyndall effect concept we will study in the next lecture. That I will also ask you to perform at your home, which is a very interesting experiment, Tyndall effect experiment. So that we will learn in next topic. Here we will just learn out of these three which shows Tyndall effect. Now this true solution do not show Tyndall effect. Colloids shows Tyndall effect, while suspension particles also shows Tyndall effect when they are suspended. Now what is exactly Tyndall effect? Tyndall effect is the scattering of beam of light. Is the scattering of beam of light by the particles of solution and makes the path of light visible. For example, we have taken water in a beaker. In a dark room, we are allowing light from the torch to pass through the water. So it will pass. It can pass from the water. It means it is not showing Tyndall effect. Now if we take milk in a glass and if we allow a light from the torch to pass through this milk sample, so you will observe that light cannot pass from the milk sample because the particles of milk are bigger enough to scatter the beam of light. And once they scatter the beam of light, they makes the path of light visible. So not whole light can pass from the milk sample because the particle scatters the beam of light. And the scattering of the beam of light is called Tyndall effect. जो बच्चों आपने बहुत बार घर में भी देखा होगा, जैसे कि अर्ली मॉर्निंग या फिर इवनिंग में जब विंडो से लाइट आती है आपके घर में, तो आपने देखा होगा कि विंडो में समझो स्मॉल होल है, वुडन विंडो है, उसमें समझो स्मॉल वहाँ पे गैप है या फिर वहाँ पे थोड़ा गड्ढा है, तो उसमें से आप देखते हैं कि लाइट रे आता है और वो जो लाइट रे आता है उसमें आपको घर में जो डस्ट पार्टिकल्स है वो उसमें मूव करते हुए दिखते हैं कि नहीं बच्चों? सो उसी को हम बोलते हैं कि वो टिंडॉल इफेक्ट शो कर रहा है, क्योंकि डस्ट के पार्टिकल्स ये इतने बिगर होते हैं कि ये लाइट के बीम को स्कैटर कर लेते हैं और जैसे ही लाइट के बीम को स्कैटर कर लेते हैं ये वो लाइट को विजिबल कर देते हैं. इट मेक्स द पाथ ऑफ लाइट विजिबल. दिस इज कॉल्ड टिंडॉल इफेक्ट. सो ये ट्रू सॉल्यूशन टिंडॉल इफेक्ट शो नहीं करेंगे. कोलाइड्स के पार्टिकल बिगर है, वो लाइट को स्कैटर कर लेंगे और पाथ ऑफ लाइट को विजिबल कर देंगे. सो ये भी टिंडॉल इफेक्ट शो करेंगे. और सस्पेंशन भी जो आपके है वो टिंडॉल इफेक्ट शो करेंगे. फाइन. सो दिस इज अबाउट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन true solution, colloids and suspension. This is about our today's lecture, children. What is your assignment? You have to write the difference between true solution, colloids and suspension. Thank you.